I have 5 Weight Watcher dinners coming up. Are you wondering what's for dinner? Well, don't worry, I have you covered. And if you're following Weight Watchers, I'll have the points throughout the video. But you can always adjust the recipe to how you like it and how many points that you get for this meal. Just use your Weight Watcher app. It's really easy. First up on the menu is chicken fajita nachos. We love chicken fajitas, but I've never turned them into nachos before. For the chicken for these nachos, I have decided to use this. It's a fully cooked chicken breast. It's grilled over an open flame, and I found these at Sam's Club. So this is 0 points. I have some orange pepper and yellow pepper. You can use basically anything. And some onion chopped up. I'm going to put that in a little tiny bit of olive oil. If you want to count the olive oil, you can. But I want to get these to soften up a little bit. I am using the Santita chips. They say fragile because Walmart put this on there. But anyway, they're just the yellow corn chips. Now for 12 of these, they equal out to 5 points if you're following Weight Watchers. So you can adjust your chips to however many points that you get for this meal. But I am just going restaurant style with this. I think this will be a lot of fun. I have 4 separate areas for each of our nachos, and I have them all divided like that. On each of the little dinner foils, I'm going to add the chicken on top of the nacho chips. This chicken looks really good, by the way. Cooper's begging me for it. It smells super yummy. I'm excited about trying it. Now I'm going to add the peppers and the onion right on top of the chicken and chips. So for cheese, I have the fat-free cheddar and then regular cheddar for my guys. I'm gonna put the cheese over the top of everybody's nachos. I'm gonna pop this in the oven on 350 and let it melt and warm up. Ta-da! Okay, so on mine I have taco sauce is what I drizzled on mine. We also have some Cholula that we have set out. You can use whatever you want to top it with. I mean, you can do green onion, light sour cream, and that is dinner tonight. That fire grilled chicken that I used for these nachos was fantastic. If you haven't tried it, you definitely got to give it a try. It is at Sam's Club. They're fully cooked, so you can easily chop it up, add it to a salad, or do like I did and add it right into fajitas. But oh my goodness, you guys are never gonna believe this unless you already noticed it. I forgot to add the fajita seasoning. Yes, I did. But was it missed? No, it was not. Just before I was serving it, I was like, oh, I forgot the fajita seasoning. But honestly, that chicken was so flavored and so good, we didn't miss the fajita seasoning at all. But next time I make it, I'll add the seasoning. As far as Weight Watcher points with this one, it depends on what kind of chips that you use and how many chips you are allowing yourself for the meal. Chicken is free, vegetables are free. I use fat-free cheddar cheese, so it was very low points. I think it's like a half a cup is 1 to 2 points. Very easy to figure out these points as you're building it. So this next meal is BLTs. It is a staple in our home. We love it. I always make regular bacon and turkey bacon. Jason and Timothy like the regular, and me and Justin like the turkey bacon. Plus, for me, turkey bacon is lower in points. You can also use the pre-cooked black label bacon. We usually buy ours at Sam's Club. We buy it in bulk there, and then I just separate it, put it in the freezer, and pull out what we need as we need it. I like to cook up the bacon for BLTs earlier in the day if I can, or even the night before, and keep it in the refrigerator. Bacon is time consuming to me to cook up, so I always like to get that done. And honestly, when you're making BLTs, that's the only main part of cooking, is cooking up the bacon. Everything else, you slap it together and dinner's done. So I'm getting this out of the way right now. I have the tomatoes cut up. This is a really good tomato. It's just nice and firm and nice size too. I'm impressed with that from Walmart. And then I also cut up some onions in little rings for anybody who wants that. and then lettuce. We like cheese on our BLTs, but I have a slice of Velveeta cheese. One slice of this is 1 point. For bread, I'm using the 45 calorie bread. I'm gonna pop this in the toaster. For 2 slices of this, it'll be 2 points. If you use mayonnaise, I'll have it on the bottom of the screen, how many points and how much. Mayonnaise or Miracle Whip is what I usually use. Spray butter, I use that on my toast and I do not count that. But that is dinner tonight. A super good BLT. Looking forward to it. For points, turkey bacon is 1 point per slice. Usually I'll do about 3 slices, so that's 3 points. I like the Sara Lee 40 calorie bread. That ends up being 1 point per slice. Velveeta cheese is only 1 point per slice of cheese. So for 7 or 8 points, you can have a really good hearty BLT sandwich, and it makes a good lunch too. Because the weather has been so gorgeous lately, I am taking advantage of that, and I'm gonna cook us up some barbecue chicken. Tonight, we are barbecuing chicken. I cut each of the chicken breasts in half, so it just makes it thinner and it cooks a lot easier that way. You can definitely use sugar-free barbecue sauce, but I have regular Bullseye original barbecue sauce. For 2 tablespoons of this, it is 4 points on Weight Watchers. I did season the chicken. What I used is just simple. I used salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. And this Spice Caddy I will have linked below because I've had it for years and I love it. For something to go alongside of that barbecue chicken, a salad is always the best option, but this is a deviled egg potato salad from Walmart. For a 4th cup of this, it is 4 points. One of my favorite meals is barbecue chicken and potato salad. Jason loves the baked beans at Walmart, and for a 4th cup of these, it is 5 points. This smells so super good. We are all starving. You guys hungry?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna go eat. If you are following Weight Watchers, like I said earlier, you can definitely use sugar-free barbecue sauce. It depends on how many points that I have for the day. I do have sugar-free here in our home, so sometimes I use sugar-free barbecue sauce, sometimes I don't. Chicken is 0 points, so it's really a good low point meal. Quesadilla casserole is a lot of layers of absolute deliciousness. So far, I have scrambled up 1 pound of burger along with some onion that I chopped up and a teaspoon of minced garlic. I also added a little bit of salt and pepper to it as well. I'm gonna add in 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, half a teaspoon of oregano, and a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. This is optional. If you don't like that heat, you can leave it out. If you want more heat, add more to it. That was Cooper snoring, if you heard that. I'm gonna give this a stir. Now I'm adding 2 cans of tomato sauce, 1 can of green chilies, rinsed and drained black beans. It calls for a can of corn. I don't have a can of corn, I have some frozen corn, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of that in here. My husband loves corn. Give this a really good mix and let it soak right into that tomato sauce and pick up the flavors of all those yummy seasonings. Honestly, with this mix, you could make burritos, quesadillas. It's a good base to build on. This meal is so fast to put together. So I have sprayed a 9x13 pan. Ooh, that's kind of hot because this burner's hot and I got it set by the burner, but yikes. Anyway, and then a half a cup of the meat sauce on the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna put 3 flour tortillas down. They are going to be overlapping. That's my oven heated to 350. Then I'm gonna take half of this mixture and I am going to put it all over the first layer of tortillas. I'm gonna sprinkle 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese all over the top of this and continue with the layers. Actually, cut this one in half. I'm gonna tuck it under here, kind of fill in these edges a little bit. I'm gonna add the rest of the meat mixture and I'm topping it with another cup of shredded cheddar cheese. I'm gonna let this cook through for 15 minutes. This is fresh out of the oven and ready for us to, I was gonna say eat, but honestly we'll probably devour it. We have had this one in the past and we enjoy it every single time that I make this. It is a little higher in point, being 10 points for a serving, but honestly, it is so worth it. It is filling because of the black beans and the hamburger. I usually don't eat anything on the side of this, so 10 points for my meal is good. This meal is an easy one. I found this through the McCormick seasonings packet I got years ago. It is rosemary roasted chicken with potatoes. I'm starting by dicing up some potatoes. I have red potatoes. You can use whatever you like. And I'm gonna add them right into a larger size bowl. This is a Pioneer Woman bowl. These are beautiful bowls. You can get them in sets at Walmart and most of them come with lids. Mine did. Love them. I use them all the time. Now I am cutting up 4 boneless skinless chicken breasts and I'm going to add them to the bowl of potatoes. This recipe actually calls for chicken thighs, so if you like them, that's what you use instead of chicken breasts, if you want to. Okay, I'm doing this in a separate bowl. You do not have to. You can just mix the seasonings right in the bowl with the potatoes and chicken, but I want to try to distribute them more evenly. So in a small bowl, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of paprika, hoping that I have 2 teaspoons because my paprika is almost all gone. I put it on my grocery order, so perfect timing. Look at that. Look at that. That is perfect. Oh man, that never happens. Next is 1.5 teaspoons of crushed rosemary. You can find this at Walmart. I'm gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna finish it up with 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. I'm gonna give this a really good stir and grab that bowl of potatoes and chicken. Okay, let's see if I have a good method to my madness and my way of thinking here. So I'm gonna use half of the seasonings. I'm gonna add it into the chicken and potatoes. I'm gonna give them a really good stir and then I will add the rest of the seasonings and hopefully this coats it. You know, I plan this stuff in my head. It doesn't always work out. Let's just hope it does. Fingers crossed. I have my 9x13 baking pan sprayed. It actually worked. Everything looks pretty coated. I'm dumping everything in this pan. Oh my goodness, you can really smell the seasonings on this. It smells so good. This is one of our favorite meals and I like that it's low point. My oven is preheated to 425. I'm gonna stick this in the oven for 30 minutes. For 1/6 of the recipe, it is only 6 points. I am going to have some French style green beans alongside of this, and these are 0 points. I love McCormick. They help me out a lot with my meals because we like a really good tasting seasoned up dish, and this is definitely one of those. The points are pretty low because the chicken is 0. Seasonings, I don't count. Potatoes, those aren't too bad at all. And I can throw a salad on the side. Most times I add fat-free Italian dressing to my salads. For 1 tablespoon, it is 0 points. I believe 2 tablespoons is 1 point. But honestly, 1 tablespoon of Italian dressing is quite a bit. It coats the entire bowl of salad, so I'm usually pretty good with that. 0 points for Italian salad dressing. That just means I can have a higher point dessert later. As always, all the recipes will be linked below. Here are 2 more videos full of Weight Watcher dinners. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you soon.